We are at SmackDown. It is 8/1 of 2002. I am representing Stephanie McMahon's Alpha Entertainment Worldwide SmackDown. But because I invented women's wrestling, jokes.
I love it.
And Mick Foley, represented by Josiah, suspended some amazing women's wrestlers. Stephanie McMahon invites onto the show, this SmackDown, Mick Foley suspended wrestlers. What I'll say is that when I finish half of my booking, you can do yours, and then I'll do my other half. Cool?
Perfect.
Sounds great.
Let me know.
So, I have to say this in advance. I apologize to you, the viewer, because I feel as though I've let you down. I wasn't really giving my all in the last couple of episodes. I was
Shocking.
I was doing it on the fly, and I was so off the cuff that I actually forgot who my cruiserweight tag team champions were, and
Respect the honesty.
I am remedying that problem here in this particular episode. Well, actually, before this episode of SmackDown begins on 8/1 of 2002, I am solving my problem by booking a house show in Asheville. Is it North Carolina?
Yeah,
Yes,
North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina on 7/29/2002.
Wow.
I have a 4-way cruiserweight elimination match for the championships. I don't remember who the champions were, but after this, we will have clear-cut champions, and I'll keep track of things way better. So if you remember right, on the last episode, I said Shannon Moore was to debut on the last episode in reality, but I put it off because Shannon Moore and Rey Mysterio debuting on the same episode was a bad idea. So what I do is I actually have Shannon Moore debut on this house show following the teachings of Matt Hardy, version 1. And they defeat XL Factors, X-Pac and Just Incredible, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley.
XL Factor were your tag champions.
I couldn't remember specifically.
Yeah.
So
as soon as you said it out loud, I'm like,
just in case I was wrong in my memory, I'm doing it this way on the house show.
Smart.
So the fourth and final team are the team of Yasuhiro Tajiri and Chavo Guerrero. But coming out of this match, the champions of the Cruiserweight Tag Team Division are Matt Hardy version 1 and his Mattitude follower, Shannon Moore. So at the conclusion of this house show, the SmackDown champion, or SmackDown's recognized champions, are the undisputed Alpha Entertainment Worldwide top guy, The Rock, the television champion, Rey Mysterio, the Intercontinental Champion, William Regal. Although I cannot wait to talk to you about the evolution of his character in this episode.
Okay.
The Cruiserweight Champion is Jamie Noble, and the Cruiserweight Tag Champions, as I just stated, are Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore.
Correct.
So opening of 8/1 of 2002's SmackDown, we have Rey Mysterio coming out with his newly won television championship that he defeated Mark Henry for last week in the main event. Mark was a very gracious babyface in defeat, not only raising the hand of Rey, but also putting the strap around Rey's waist to indicate his passing of the torch, if you will. But before Rey can come out and talk to the crowd, he is interrupted by XL Factor, that being X-Pac, Just Incredible, Big Show, and Albert. So Albert, of the four guys, is the one who lays down the challenge for the main event tonight because the TV title must be defended each week on SmackDown.
Right.
Rey, being the fighting champion that he is and the upstanding good guy, accepts, no question about it. He is ready to go. So, in preparation for SummerSlam, our first match on this episode is Billy Kidman taking on the Hurricane. These guys have had great matches in World Championship Wrestling and even in real time, the original Invasion, the not our version of the
not
Invasion.
our Invasion.
Because ours was better.
Yeah, Vince Invasion.
Yeah, the Vince invasion of himself, exactly. So Hurricane beats Billy Kidman in the match, but Jamie Noble and Nydia are on commentary because I love their personalities and how that they get the idea across of who they are as characters, because Nydia and Jamie Noble are just, that they are what I said, they're great characters. And so it makes sense that Hurricane wins. He's the one who Jamie won the title from.
Of course.
It's his prior relationship with Nydia that caused the whole feud, and so it just trying to do things that make sense.
For sure.
Speaking of things that make sense, I have two of the teams that wrestled in that live event cruiserweight championship determining match, that being Spike and Crash, taking on Tajiri and Chavo. After Spike wins, he and Crash are going up the ramp, and they get taken out by the Deadly Riders of Undertaker and Chuck Palumbo, who also come down and hit a choke slam and a last ride on Tajiri and Chavo because, they're angry biker boys and they do angry biker boy things. So our next match is not only a acknowledgement of what went down in Asheville, North Carolina, because we can see a beautiful hype package putting over, hey, you never know what's going to happen at a live event.
Always come to our live events.
Because, titles might even change hands. But so we have Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore coming out because this is Shannon's debut on Alpha Entertainment Worldwide SmackDown. He is taking on one of my all-time favorite guys, that being the real deal, D'Lo Brown.
Love him.
And because Matt Hardy is out there with Shannon, and the fact that we're trying to set up Shannon as something substantial, also Matt being that nefarious mentor, he helps Shannon cheat to beat D'Lo Brown.
Beautiful.
And so before I lay out the rest of my show, I gotta go back to the rewind it a little bit and say, now that we're at the midway point of this SmackDown, Stephanie and her egotistical self comes down and welcomes Raw's suspended talent. That talent being Trish Stratus,
Mm-hmm.
Lita,
Yes.
Jazz,
Mm-hmm.
and Molly Holly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Molly
You got
Holly.
him.
Thank you. So, now that the floor is these women's, it's time for them to tell us what they're here for.
Good English. I like that. Good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and step into my Stephanie role. So I'm so great. I'm so perfect. I invented women's wrestling. Thank you. Okay. So basically, what I'm gonna have Stephanie do, since Mick suspended those 4 women for their unruly violence,
Yes.
and since SmackDown has been such a top quality show, always giving the people what they want, she has decided to give the people the fight that they want. So for the first time, I think in SmackDown history,
Definitely this SmackDown.
Yeah, this SmackDown for sure. We're
Because
gonna
I only have 3 women and they all kind of suck.
I didn't want to say.
Tori's not a good wrestler.
Nah.
Terry Reynolds, bad wrestler.
Yeah.
And Nydia, semi-passable, but not really that good either.
I feel like her and Tori. I feel like she's a little better than Tori.
Just very,
Very slightly.
But none of them are very good.
None of them are Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly, or Jazz.
Not even close.
Yes.
That is correct.
And due to that fact, Stephanie will be raising those ratings, as the kids say, by having them in a tag team Falls Count Anywhere match on SmackDown. If that is okay with you.
No, I love it. I'm all about this idea. I think that it is the best use of the brand split. I think it accentuates the rivalry between the shows, and it really would even lend to the idea of letting your talent get by with things if you know that by punishing them, you lose out.
Exactly. And because of that, these 4 women are phenomenal at everything they do, and have a little banger.
Oh,
obviously the teams are Jazz and Molly versus Trish and Lita. Can
I make a
what's up?
suggestion for the finish?
Let me hear it.
Unless you have one in mind.
Let me hear yours, and then if I don't like it, I'll tell you.
So it's Falls Count Anywhere, right?
Yeah.
It's violence galore.
Yes, sir.
I would love if this match breaks down so hard that they basically have to be hauled off. Like, that's how violent it gets. That it's like, I know that we said there are no rules, but these people
We gotta
check
take
on.
it easy.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, because actually that's perfect. Because what we can do is basically like they brawl into the crowd and like they just start swinging on the audience because they're getting in the way
Absolutely.
of them, and obviously they're plants.
Of course. I've watched wrestling before.
Before I just go, yeah, hit that little 4-year-old girl in the face. Yes,
She had it coming.
she had it coming. But no, just like they start dropping audience members, and even Stephanie's like, "Oh Jesus, this is a bad idea."
So this is gonna work seamlessly into my next booking. So because things are going so chaotic with that, and we gotta basically cut, getting away from this crap. What are we doing? No wonder Mitt suspended them.
My
We
God.
cut straight to the hype package of The Rock running up the bleachers at the which one was it that he played football with? Florida.
Oh, the
He
Miami
wasn't-
University.
Miami University, thank you. And we also have that intercut with Brock, lifting up the tractors and the throwing the cows on his shoulders and stuff. So
Throwing couches for distance.
so it makes sense that we cut from that chaos to this well-produced package.
I'm about to say, by comparison, beautiful landscape.
And so then now to the next piece of the puzzle, another well-put-together package. But this one is the thing I've been waiting for. I put it off the last episode. Like I said, I let you all down. I didn't go all in, but this time I went all in. We'll put together this beautiful package. We got William, we've got Terry, we've got Storm, we've got Testa, we got Nowinski. They're all in this
What a squad.
this brain trust. They're in this war room, and what pops up is their logo, which is Regal Counter Threat. And with the Regal Counter Threat, each member of the group gets rebranded. It's now King William. It is Queen Terry. It is Bishop Storm. It is Knight Test and Rook Nowinski. The reason that each person
really flows. I really like that.
so the reason each piece gets rebranded is because each character from the Regal Counter Threat is represented by a chess piece. And it shows the hierarchy of this faction.
Of course.
And obviously, Regal and Terry, who have a plethora of experience, are the tip top.
Absolutely.
But with Mr. Regal and the entire counter threat getting attacked by those no good ruffians that ride those motorbikes, with them getting attacked, Stephanie has allowed William Regal, King Regal, a reprieve. So she has granted Mr. Regal more than his allotted 30 days.
How nice of her. Extended the contract, if you will.
And so what she has done, so when Regal won his Intercontinental Championship,
Yes.
he won it on a team number. So he's always defended on a team number. But Stephanie has agreed, due to the heinous actions of Big Evil Chuck Palumbo and that Red Devil, The Undertaker, she's agreed to put off William Regal's Intercontinental Championship title defense until SummerSlam.
What a giver.
And, well, you got to think, Steph also knew that she had this ace up her sleeve when she made this deal, right? And so she's like, oh, okay, we got something to offer to the fans.
Exactly.
But the amazing thing is, Queen Terry has used her feminine wiles, her devilish mind, if you will, to convince two men on behalf of King William
To be pawns.
to be pawns in their scheme. I like that.
Thank you.
And those two men are Edge, the former Intercontinental Champion, and Eddie Guerrero. She has convinced them, due to her former relationship with the Radicals, in the case of Eddie, although in our case I guess True Radicals.
Yeah, of course.
And in the case of Edge, her prior relationship with the Terry Invitational Tournament with the Hardys and Edge and Christian, she has convinced them both to sign an agreement. That agreement is a best-of-5 series.
Oh.
Starting here tonight on SmackDown, Edge will wrestle Eddie Guerrero for the first time in a 5-match series.
Nice.
The winner of said 5-match series will get that Intercontinental Championship match at SummerSlam.
This is good fun. I like this.
This is what happens when I actually give it a go. And so Terry says before we close out that she is going to be paying extra close attention to Test and Nowinski, and she runs her hands along both of their abs because she's still the little she devil Terry.
Still Terry.
And I forgot to mention this. Bishop Storm says no matter who wins between the Hurricane and Noble, that there's only one man that is worthy of being Cruiserweight Champion, and after SummerSlam, Bishop Storm will become Cruiserweight Champion.
Love it.
So after this package concludes, we then hear Edge's theme song for him to come out, and then Eddie's theme plays, and we have the first of our best of 5 series, and Edge goes over in that first match because again, Edge is the guy who was fooled by King William.
Absolutely.
He was the man who has inadvertently caused all of this Regal counterfeit chaos.
Absolutely.
And so he wins that first match in the best of 5, and in the main event of SmackDown, Rey Mysterio's second ever match on Alpha Entertainment Worldwide SmackDown, he defeats Albert when he is able to outsmart the bad guys, and he's quicker. He's prepared for the shenanigans of X-Pac, Incredible, and Big Show. And so that is the conclusion, thanks to your wonderful help, of this episode of SmackDown. And I am so looking forward to your Raw. Whew.
My God, I'm glad I took it easy this week. I kept it kind of short and succinct for me. I probably should put it that way.
I like it.
But what are we on? 8/5 of 2002.
Yes, sir.
Monday Night Raw. So obviously, since what happened on SmackDown, Mick has to address it.
Yes.
So
I love it. I love it though. It's such good stuff. Like if I wasn't scared to say bad words, I would quote Vince McMahon right now.
I know exactly what you're thinking of, my friend. But so show opens up. Mick comes out livid, absolutely furious with Stephanie for A, not clearing this with him, and B,
the talent for not taking the punishment.
Exactly. And Mick says, okay, fine. I'll admit that getting you guys off my show was a mistake.
Yeah, that's my bad.
That's on me. There are better ways to handle this than suspending you. Clearly it doesn't work. Clearly your behavior didn't get any better with a different general manager. So I'll tell you what, we'll handle this the good old-fashioned way. We'll handle this the only way I know how to handle this. At SummerSlam, which is 3 weeks away? We'll say 3 weeks.
So it's the 25th of
25th.
August.
So,
And you are, it's 20 days away because you're on the 5th.
Yep. Perfect. Great numbers.
Yes.
So, that time frame away. It will be Molly Holly versus Trish versus Lita versus the women's champion Jazz.
What, can I say one thing?
Yes.
So they all 4 were suspended, right?
See.
How about we suspend that championship in the rafters?
See, this is why I have odds here for the lines. So, similarly to how I suspended these 4, I will suspend this championship in the rafters. Great work. And it'll be you 4 in the first ever women's TLC match.
I'm so pumped for that.
Man, I'm so excited.
Your women's division is just amazing.
Literally, I've been building, literally since the first show, I've been waiting to do this match. I've been buzzing. I was really thinking, I really should save this for Mania, but I really want to do it at SummerSlam.
So the best thing is, and here's why I'm glad you didn't wait till Mania.
Yeah.
They didn't wait for the tag teams.
Nope.
So you shouldn't wait for the women.
Shouldn't wait for the women. So, couple semantics to get out of the way. Mick has lifted the suspension with the caveat that all 4 will be coming to Raw next week to sign a no contact
Makes good
contract.
sense. Yeah, absolutely. And at this point, I would think they all would have enough to want to prove that they will adhere to it.
Exactly, which is my point. But also, just in case you're signing the contract, if anyone has contact with anyone, not only is the match off, you're all fired from WWE.
Yeah, which means you can't go to SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. But simple, basic stuff. But since they showed up on SmackDown without Mick's blessing, had to get that addressed right off the jump.
I like it.
And if you don't mind, I actually would like it if The Rock was on today's show.
You do whatever you want.
Beautiful.
He's both our champion.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Perfect. So, with that in mind, Mick now introduces his best friend, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, a.k.a. the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Undisputed champion.
Sorry, Undisputed Champion. I
Okay.
forgot there's so many words and numbers these days.
Well, so the reason that I went with Undisputed is because of, like I said in the episode of From the Ground Up,
Yes.
I said Universal, Intercontinental, World, Global, they're all kind of synonymous, right?
Pretty much.
Whereas
On the same
Undisputed is not geographically based, it is just saying this is our top guy.
This is our guy.
Yeah.
Like,
That's kind of like
exactly.
why I liked, it's kind of like where Chikara called their top guy the Grand Champion.
Mm.
I thought it was cool because Chikara didn't go around the world.
No.
They had a very limited space, but
Yeah.
calling the person the Grand Champion felt
Big.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say grand.
Well, yeah, it gets the point across.
You know who comes to mind when I think of that?
Chikara or the Grand Championship?
Both.
Well, for me, Orange Cassidy, but who do you think of?
Eddie Kingston.
See, that's another great shout. Another man that probably should be ROH World Champion, in my humble opinion.
I thought he should have been, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But now knowing that he needed hernia surgery, it probably wasn't going to happen. So,
Sure, yeah. I'd hate for him to win and then have to give it up.
Yeah, that
Much
would-
like a Finn Balor. Or,
I'm not going to lie to you, that'd be the most Eddie Kingston thing to ever happen.
That's true, yeah.
But, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
The Rock
you
came
are
out.
talking about The Rock, the
Yes.
undisputed champion.
The Rock came out. And, I mean, at this point, if you haven't seen a Rock promo,
Why are you watching this show?
why are you watching this show? He basically comes out, says, I'm the great one, I'm the champion, I'm the best of the best. If you smell la 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 dun 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 dun, you know.
Of course.
Out comes Paul Heyman swaggering to the. I don't know if he swaggered out like he did in the 2012s, but in my mind,
He's always been a pretty swaggering type of guy.
Yeah.
So I was laying out to Ahmed earlier today. I was telling him, I was like, you know what? This is totally off topic,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
fine.
apologize,
It
but
happens.
I was like, you know what? Who I would love to see the fifth man in a War Games this year, if the Bloodline is the heel team.
Mhm.
He said, who's that? I was like, I think he's got one more match in him. And I said, on the babyface side, let's do Gallows, Anderson,
AJ.
Balor, AJ, and Cody.
The Bullet Club.
Yeah, Bullet Club.
For life.
Taking on the Bloodline.
Right.
But who would, if you think there's a Bloodline guy, a fifth member, if you think there's a guy who can give us one more match,
Quiche?
Big Quiche.
Oh man.
And so he asked me a funny question. He was like, what would you have him wear? Would he wear the diaper? I was like, nah, man, just do the Bad Bad Man gimmick where he's wearing the leather.
Yeah, all leather.
And I said, this year, do it the opposite of last year. So last year, Roman sits in the cage and directs traffic. This year, have Roman start the thing and have Big Quiche be the last man in. Just a big fan of that. I don't even know what got me there, but I wanted to share that.
I always love seeing Big Quiche do anything, bro. But yeah.
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman.
The Bloodline.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
We're all there.
So what all started it was he forgot that Paulie Dangerously managed the Samoan SWAT team
I
in
did
WCW.
forget that, yes.
And so I actually used Paulie to be the catalyst to bring Big Quiche in as the fifth man. That's
Which is why Rikishi's been wearing leather pants on Raw ever since.
full circle.
Full circle. Brings it all around. But yeah, basically, Paul comes out and says, I want you to take a real good look at this man. Point at you, you're a human being. This man right here.
I'm not small either.
Nah, big man, big body, muscles on him. This is the future. This is your undisputed champion come SummerSlam. Don't you worry.
Well, and again, going over that history, it's like, I love your family.
Mm-hmm.
I was with your family.
Yes.
I think you're a great talent, Rock. There's nothing against you.
Yeah, I've seen your father compete live.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Ah,
Just like you are.
just like you are, but
You're no Brock Lesnar.
But every young lion grows old and gets taken out by that new young lion. Love it.
Great quality stuff.
Love Paul Heyman.
And then, of course, The Rock calls him Rudy Toot, Candy, you know what,
Yeah.
etc., etc. Says, come SummerSlam, The Rock's gonna whoop you. Sorry, he's gonna, what's it? Take Paul Heyman, roll him up into a ball, turn them sideways, stick them where the sun don't shine, and
Yeah, just a great segment.
Yeah, about to say.
Yeah, great segment.
Think any classic rock line back, especially 2002.
Absolutely.
Nice and easy. Already established. The crowd will pop if he breathes oxygen.
Yes.
So, basically that. Paul says, don't you worry. At SummerSlam, you'll get yours.
Mhm.
You'll get yours.
Yes.
In this segment. And then, Positively Unstoppable hits proof positive on just some jobbers to just bolster their numbers.
Can I borrow
Basically-
said jobbers this coming SmackDown?
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
But basically they're just saying we haven't gotten a response yet from those yellow belly cowards too cool.
Yes.
So I expect to hear from them next week on Monday Night Raw. Da-da-da. And then last but not least, we close the show out with this young up and coming gun, Mr. Jonathan Anthony Felix Cena.
Oh, is he wrestling Mr. Monday Night?
No, he is actually wrestling the Big Red Machine, Kane.
I thought RVD laid down the challenge. Was it for another episode?
Yeah, sorry. So I said last week mistakenly,
Yes.
and then I looked at my notes and realized that it was actually the week after.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I was just looking forward to that match.
I
But
apologize.
hey, I'm not anti-Kane wrestling John Cena either. Seen that match, and it's a good one.
Yes.
Actually, I've seen both those matches. They're both good.
Yes.
So I'm not anti either of these matches.
Yeah. So my bad. I probably did say next week, the last episode. That's on me.
But now it's next week.
But now it is next week.
So we have that to look forward to.
Promise.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But yes. So I have Kane wrestling Cena. The reason for this being, Kane obviously wins. But
Well, that and Jericho and Cena went at it at pay-per-view.
exactly.
So it makes sense.
And also, the reason I'm doing this is because Kane attacks Cena after the match, and who makes the save? But Christian.
Oh, nice.
And Christian, of course, defends Cena, calls him a great talent, says he's got a great future in this business.
Even though I haven't won a match yet.
Yeah, even though he hasn't won a match yet. Great talent.
Yeah, which is true.
Yes, technically we all know it's true, so
Yes.
it's fine.
Yes.
But yeah. So
Well,
Christian.
I love that he's in the main event. That's good.
Yes, exactly, and it's.
And I don't know what town we're in, but I know there's gear's going to match it.
I'm about to say, don't you worry. Prototype's gear always is matching. But
Cracks me
yeah, basically that was the whole point of the segment was
Yeah, I like
to
it.
have that to establish
Well,
Christian
and here's the other
challenging
thing. Like,
Kane.
Christian can challenge Kane, yes, but I would love if RVD was standing in the back watching on the monitor and basically not legit taking notes, but like mentally taking notes
Yeah, like
for next
mentally,
week.
like I know what's going on.
Oh yeah. So no, I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, your Raws are very exciting. And speaking of exciting, my SmackDown that is coming up is going to be the 8th day of the 8th month of 2002. We open up this episode with a match that is based around. I love doing this, so I'm beginning this show with the way that I ended the last one. So Rey Mysterio comes out and he says, any member of the XL Factor that wants a shot at this television title,
You want some, come get some.
yeah, come on out because I outsmarted you all last week, and I know that I'm better than you.
And I'm Josiah's favorite wrestler, so I'm always gonna win.
Is that well? And he does win because Justin Credible accepts the challenge. So I actually got scared while I was booking this match
Okay.
because I know Justin Credible isn't long for this world, not living world, but this being actively on the roster.
Right. I forgot.
And so I had to look it up, and I was like, okay, cool. He doesn't leave until January 20th of 2003.
Oh no.
Because I knew that I was going to lose him, but I was scared that I may have already lost him. But nah, he's still good.
He's still here.
So Justin Credible opens the show. PJ Polacco versus Rey Mysterio, and Rey retains because it's Rey Mysterio. We're pushing him hard. He's overcome two monsters before, that being Mark Henry and Albert A. Train,
Yeah.
Giant Bernard. And so Justin Credible is easy by comparison in size, but actually the two of them put on more of an exciting contest due to their being similar in stature.
Of course.
So the
Big
next...
fan of that.
What's that?
Big fan of that. I like
Yeah, oh yeah, me too. So the next match, and I'll just spoil alert for this, the next defense of Rey Mysterio on next week's episode, even better because it's him and Sean Waltman, and those two guys
My my God, they made
Beautiful.
magic.
Yes.
They made magic together.
So, but yeah, that's for next week. But my next match I booked simply to keep in everybody's mind, and more specifically my own mind,
Of course.
that this guy has a job. So there's one guy that I picked up in the draft that I only have one ever booking planned for, ever. And it's something I thought Vince should have done, legit. But that guy, his name is the Big Val Boski. Val Venus.
Of course.
So he comes out and he says, "Hello, ladies."
Oh, Lord.
And then the Deadly Riders ride the motorcycles down. Chuck Palumbo comes in and squashes him like it's nothing. 1, 2, 3, Big Evil wins because as much as I want people to remember Val Venus has a job, he is irrelevant, and Chuck Palumbo is a guy that I'm pushing.
Yeah, yeah.
At some point, I do have to probably give Val Venus a win, maybe, but
I saw him getting out Snow one, so.
well, it's because of where I know that I'm taking him. That I think I opt to at least give him a win, but we'll see. We'll get there when we get
God,
there.
I thought you were just talking about in general. You actually have an idea. Okay, my bad.
So, yeah, there's one reason why
We
this
got
guy has a
time.
job, and so he might need to win a match to become or to show his value.
I mean, you can always have him wrestle local competitor number 7.
Yeah. So whomever Josiah booked on Monday Night Raw, they're trying to have better luck here on SmackDown.
Baby Timmy and Johnny Too Bad.
So they're standing in the ring when the music hits that says what was it? You're dealing with the real.
You're dealing with the real one.
So it's D'Lo Brown's theme song.
Yeah.
My brain just decided to crap out on me.
How
But,
was the best?
but his partner tonight is his former leader in the Nation of Domination, that being Farouk.
I was hoping he would do this.
And so I don't have a justification for why Bradshaw is out, but for the
He's got the sniffles.
for the greater part of this month, Bradshaw is out of my booking.
Okay, he's got COVID. Before COVID's a time.
Sure, he's got the flu. Whatever, I don't know.
Who cares?
But my point is, D'Lo Brown and Farouk take out the jobber team that Josiah had lose to
Proof positive.
Sorry,
Positively unstoppable.
Positively Unstoppable. Exactly. And so we take one of them takes Dominator, and then D'Lo hits the Frog Splash 1, 2, 3. The former Nation members, friends, partners, they win this match, and well, that'll become important as we move along.
As we walk along this journey.
So, if you remember the last time we were talking about SmackDown and their lackluster women's division, and by that I mean non-existent division, Stephanie, who is less than pleased with the way things went with the Raw women, she attempts to prove to Mick that it was his wrestlers that caused the problem, not her show. And so she books Tori Wilson to take on Nydia, who is seconded to the ring by Jamie Noble.
Of course. Former ROH World Champion, Jamie Noble.
Correct. Throughout the match, though, we see the emergence of Bishop Storm and Queen Terry, who are out here to scout, to get in the head of the cruiserweight champion, because he's not wrestling, but they're here to.
They're looking at him now.
Yeah,
He can feel it.
they're letting him know that we're coming for your championship.
He feels that regal aura.
And so, I don't even book a winner to Nydia and Tori Wilson. It doesn't matter who wins, because the story is what's going on the outside of the ring, not what's going on in the match. We'll say for
Semantics.
yeah, Nydia wins just because, but it doesn't matter.
Well, we did say she was a better wrestler than Tori.
Yes, so she wins, but it doesn't really matter, because the real story that's going on is all the stuff with the Regal counter threat.
For sure.
And speaking of the Regal counter threat, the next two segments are not them, but are related to them. So, after Nydia wins, her and Noble, they run off with the title. Tori,
As you do.
in shame, she goes off to the back. But as Queen Terry and Bishop Storm are on their way up the ramp, we hear, "Can you dig it, sucker?" And so Booker T shoulder checks Bishop Storm on his way to the ring, and Queen Terry she grabs Lance and they walk to the back. Mm-hmm. Well, Booker, after the commercial break ends, he grabs the mic and he says to the audience how brazen it is of William Regal, and yes, I'm calling him William Regal,
of course,
because Booker T defeated William Regal in the King of the Ring tournament.
For sure.
Booker T may have lost to Brock Lesnar, but Booker T defeated William Regal. I don't know what gives him this big head to think he can walk around here calling himself King William, because William Regal didn't win the King of the Ring. William Regal is just a coward who refuses to defend his Intercontinental Championship. So I am going to join the commentary team and enjoy two men who are great wrestlers, who I hope one of them takes that title off of William Regal at SummerSlam. So Booker joins commentary and watches Eddie Guerrero versus Edge in match 2 of the Best of 5 series.
I can dig that.
And so in this, Eddie Guerrero wins his first victory
Round 2
in the Best of 5. Yes, exactly.
So it said 1-1.
1-1, exactly. And with that, 2 days later, at a straight to DVD special, we have match 3 of the Best of 5 series, and Edge defeats Eddie Guerrero in Australia at the Global Warning event. The rest of the matches I booked for Global Warning are Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore defending their Cruiserweight Tag Team titles against Spike and Crash Holly.
Cool.
Spike Dudley and Crash Holly.
Yeah.
But before the match starts, Matt declares that this match will take place under Team Extreme Tornado rules. And the funny part is, Matt doesn't announce what those rules are. This is just basically him testing out a plan that he'll use going forward on this Australian market.
Beautiful.
I also have Bishop Storm, accompanied by Queen Terry, taking on D'Lo Brown, because, two great wrestlers doing the great wrestling.
For sure.
Midway throughout the match, Jamie Noble and Nidiot come down to confront Queen Terry, but Jamie is run off by the Hurricane,
Of course.
and Bishop Storm goes over on D'Lo. Love you, D'Lo, but Bishop Storm and the Regal Counter Threat are the ones that I'm pushing at the moment.
For sure.
So it makes good common sense. Speaking of the Regal Counter Threat, in my semi-main match, if you will, because we haven't laid out who's going on last.
Doesn't really matter. You can flip a coin, and whoever you like best will be your main event.
Exactly. But in my semi-main from the SmackDown side, Night Test and Rook Nowinski lose to the Deadly Riders because, again, Taker and Palumbo getting the push. Taker, big-time experience, but what it does is it helps Nowinski and Test by being in the ring with Taker, and it helps Palumbo being under the tutelage of Taker. And my big match, my non-Intercontinental title match, because King William doesn't have to defend until SummerSlam, takes on Booker T. And Booker wins once again, just like he said that he did in that tournament qualifier, and just like he knew that he was the better man. And so that is my contributions to the Australia special of Alpha Entertainment Worldwide Global Warning. What do you got at that there straight to DVD special, my man?
Well, I decided to go ahead and give the kids some candy, as they say. I went ahead and put on
Don't rot those.
the Dudleys.
Yeah, don't rot those teeth with all that sweets.
I decided to go ahead and put the tag straps on. Too Cool's gonna go over, so
Makes sense.
It's all good. But it's good fun, especially with these straight to DVD specials, having like good clap your hands enjoyment. I think Too Cool's perfect for that.
Yeah, and I need a pair of those sunglasses.
Facts, yeah, those are them. To this day, man, when I see those sunglasses come out, I still get excited.
You know it's gonna be a good time.
I know it's gonna be a good time. Then also just have some regular good time, fun stuff. So RVD versus Hardcore Holly. That's just have a fun little match.
Dude, there's a match they put on the ECW brand. Ooh, freaking brutal stuff.
Really?
So there's this table spot where the that little metal strip
Yeah.
cuts, it lacerates Hardcore's back, and
Oh, I
he
think
finishes
I've
the
seen
match.
this.
Oh, it's nasty.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
nasty
god.
but beautiful. It's like some weird brutality,
Oh my
beauty
God.
stuff.
Yeah. Brutal poetry, hardcore poetry.
Yeah, I love it.
Gonna seamlessly go into my Raw, by the way. That hardcore poetry.
Oh,
You'll
good,
find out
good.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
Next up, since her suspension's been lifted, Molly gets in the ring with Jacqueline.
Cool, cool.
Just have a cool little match. Obviously, Molly wins.
Well, and two great talents right there. I tell you what.
Exactly, and figured to be a good.
I can't believe there are 3 Molly Hollies in 2K23.
It's amazing.
All of them
isn't it?
locked. All of them locked.
All of them.
Cracked me up.
Every single one. Gotta earn. Hey, listen, you gotta earn your money, Molly's, man. And then last but not least, send the people home happy. If this is your main event of the evening, we have Christian going 1-on-1 with Perry Saturn.
Ooh, okay.
For the U.S. title. Perry, a great talent that often doesn't get his what's the word, flowers.
Sure.
So
I loved him in the flock.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, speaking of the flock, there's this show coming up in September.
Yeah.
Lodi has been announced on the show.
Really?
And I want all of the rest of the members of the flock to be announced. I want Van Hammer. So I want Lodi, I want Van Hammer. I want Billy Kidman, I want Sick Boy, I want Raven, I want Horace, I want everybody.
Yeah, I'm about to
Saturn,
say,
like
to be fair, there's been like 1,000 members of the flock. So the fact you remember that many in
the
one
flock.
go,
The flock was awesome. I
Yeah.
love the
phenomenal.
I was never really a grunge guy,
Also, I don't know if you've seen
but
this,
I love their look.
I think Raven's running another group
He
in
is
MLW.
running a faction in
Yeah,
MLW. It's
which
amazing.
is phenomenal. I think it's like Ricky Shane Page. And, I can't remember the other guy's name.
I love Raven though.
Yes, Raven.
Like so, right now the headliners for this meet and greet in September are
Yeah.
Booker and Bret Hart.
Oh, great.
2 great headliners,
Yeah.
right? But you put Raven in that mix.
Mhm.
Like I was already probably gonna go because I want to meet Baby Bulldog and Pillman Jr.
Yeah.
So they're like the undercard, if you will.
Yeah.
But to me, I think they're on a good stature level.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I think this will be a fun straight to DVD special.
Yeah, something enjoyable. It's not.
It's not
It's-
SummerSlam, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be SummerSlam,
So,
but it's very fun.
So I am looking forward to your Raw up next.
Welcome to Raw. So we open up the night
This is
with.
what, the 13th, 12th?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, it is the 12th of
August.
August.
Yeah,
As you can see, my brain is done.
it's all good.
Booking these shows, while fun, is a lot of work.
Yes. Dude, I was giving myself a headache with how deep I was going into this stuff today. And I actually plan on trying to book at least all of September tomorrow, just because I'm in the rhythm and
I'm
the
about to
flow
say
of it.
since you're on a roll, yeah, that's how I did it last time.
And so I know. So next month I'm debuting a pay-per-view that never existed in WWE called Day of Reckoning.
Yeah, you told me about this.
The reason being is they put out 2 video games called Day of Reckoning. I was like, well, I might as well
That's a
give
great
it
name. Might as well
it's a
give
great
it a
name.
shot.
Might as well give it a reason for existing. And so it's a SmackDown exclusive. So I'm like, hey, I get to have my own happy-go-lucky fun times all in this sandbox.
Lucky fun times. But yeah, good stuff. So Raw today.
Yes.
Triple H opens the show. This is what I was coming back to. And
Are we finally going to see what convinced him to sign with Mr. Mick Foley,
yes,
as opposed to his lovely wife,
yes,
who is looking oh so wonderful in 2002?
I was about to say
Big fan.
let's keep it PG for the kids. But yes,
I mean, it was like one of her peak times, in my opinion.
yeah,
Because she wasn't extra. She wasn't extra.
Choose your words carefully. I'm not helping you.
Well, so there was a period of time, especially in that McMahon Helmsley regime era,
Mm-hmm.
and when Jericho would use all of his derogatory terms, where she kind of, I feel like, leaned into his insults.
There you go.
And whereas here, I think that she was very professional, but positive.
Classy, but
Yes,
pretty.
yes,
Classy,
exactly.
but pretty.
Yes.
Good stuff. But yes, so actually Triple H comes out and says, I know what you're all thinking. Now, why on earth would I sign with Raw when my fine, beautiful, this is Triple H saying this.
Oh, yeah.
Drop dead gorgeous, wish you had her, but you don't wife is on SmackDown.
Yes.
Well, the answer is really simple. And then we turn to the entrance way.
Yeah.
Break it down. And then I think this is actually the return of Shawn Michaels. Like, I don't think
It is.
showed
So
up at all.
we didn't do the make believe NWO
NWO.
crap.
So he's literally been gone since 98, 7?
Whenever WrestleMania 14 was.
7, I think. 97. No.
8.
8.
I don't. Whenever WrestleMania 14 was.
You guys know because you have the internet.
Yes. So, but yeah, he hasn't been back since WrestleMania 14 when he dropped the title to Steve Austin.
Which makes this pop even bigger.
Absolutely.
So, the crowd is obviously losing their mind because, oh my gosh, it's Shawn Michaels. Oh my gosh, it's Triple H. Oh my gosh, it's D-Generation X. The people are going crazy.
It was 98 because it was a 5-year absence.
You're right.
I just did it with my fingers.
Good.
I went backwards.
Good math. Good math. Oz, good clutch work. All right, perfect. So this is the first time we've seen Shawn in 5 years.
Yes.
Crowd is going wild. I don't remember if the segment actually happened on this day, on this Raw.
I actually think it happened like 2 weeks ago, but still, it's the same basic premise.
Basically, we got from point A to point B.
Yes.
So that's all that matters. But yeah, we got.
So Triple H out here in Triple H gear.
Yep.
Brings out Shawn in DX gear. Triple H pulls off his shirt. We do the whole pretend gimmick where it's "Are you ready?" and the fans are going crazy.
No. I said, "Are you ready?"
And then Triple H kicks him in that goddamn
Yeah.
pedigrees him. Oh, it's so
my
good.
God. And it got me so good because to this day, because I went back and watched it because I didn't know that happened. I was like, man, they had a SummerSlam match like real close to this time frame. I wonder how we got to that. Oh, that's how.
Exactly. So at King of the Ring in the shoot timeline, Shawn was still in that make believe BS NWO crap, which we don't do. But in the real timeline, Hall's gone, so
Right.
it's Shawn Michaels, X-Pac, and Kevin Nash, and they say if you need it, just throw it up. And Triple H says thanks, but I'm gonna do this on my own. So they're trying to get him to join the NWO, and so when Vince disbands the NWO,
Puts the kibosh.
yeah. So then we bring back DX, and then we have this. That's such a good moment in time.
Man.
And yeah, I'm a big fan.
Good old fashioned childhood moment there.
Yes.
But yeah, so that is the moment. So Triple H, yes, he did sign to Raw, just to drop Shawn Michaels in the middle
Love
of
it.
the ring.
Yes.
So
smart.
So smart, so brilliant. Triple H leaves, crowd is dumbfounded, like.
Yeah, you had us on the highest of highs and now the lowest of lows.
I know it's so great. I love this so much. Wrestling's fun. So obviously we go into commercial, and then when we come back, Mick has all 4 women in the ring
To sign that, there no
contacts.
Yes.
It's actually very straightforward since obviously they can't punch each other.
Yes.
Mick says, all right, listen, I'm going to let you go at it as much as you want at SummerSlam. You guys are pretty much the Raw main event aside from the world title.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey,
hold it off and do your
give
thing
me just
there.
1 second. Let me
What's
go
up?
through my SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So, how about this?
I'm here.
I know we had talked about going every other gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
How about they be third from the top?
Okay.
The women. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, because what order are you
So
thinking?
the main event will be Brock, right?
Yeah.
So then I want to do my Intercontinental Three-Way, which forget I said that, and then we have that 4-way for that,
Yeah.
and before that you do the unsanctioned match.
Okay. Works
Sweet. All right. So
Cool,
then
so I'll do-
that puts them in a very strong position. Is all I'm getting at.
Give me 2 seconds while I
Yeah,
change
yeah.
the order.
And the only reason I do that is because you've booked this division so strongly. Like I wanted to give you the semi-main spot, but because we agreed before we started recording that when we book SummerSlam, he'll go, I'll go, he'll go, I'll go. Then I was like, well, it wouldn't make sense for us to do it that other way. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll take semi-main, but they get a third from the top.
Yep. All right, so we'll have it like this.
Oh,
Sorry. Then put the.
yeah, women go there, and so that unsanctioned match comes for this.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, no,
Switch it around.
yeah, no, it's beautiful. Are you good on your? No, that's you. You still got more Monday Night Raw to go. Okay,
so a lot more money than
that's good. So I'll just ramble on while you do your housekeeping.
Yep. Appreciate you.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the continuation of my best of 5 series because, as we all know, Edge and Eddie are stellar, great talents, and when we do match 4 this coming week, it will be, it'll be telling. Will the series end on SmackDown, or will we be going to the SmackDown before SummerSlam? Obviously, when you do things like this, it makes good logical sense that you would want to win as early as possible to save your health meter, if you will, on that there video game style.
All right, top tier style. Appreciate you. All right, so next up, obviously the match we've been waiting 2 weeks for: John Cena versus Rob Van Dam.
So many classics.
So many classics. So many.
I'm still mad at the Ohio State Patrol for pulling over RVD and Sabu.
Yeah,
and I'm also mad at RVD for friggin' not letting Sabu take the fall.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you're a stand-up guy, Rob, but
God
come on.
damn it, Rob. Why are you a good friend?
Like, stop being a good friend.
What is wrong with you? Had your whole career ahead of you.
And as Sabu told him, he's like, I ain't going nowhere. Just let me take the fall.
Just let me take the hit. Hey. Listen, to be fair, it's not the kind of guy Rob is, and I do respect him for it, but man,
I understand.
The moments that we've missed out on just because of something that's now legal being illegal at the time.
Yes.
It's insane. But yeah, these two, I mean, shit, pick a favorite RVD versus Cena match. It's pretty much this. It's not, obviously, Cena's still early in his career, still young, still, what's the word? Learning the ropes, if you will.
Well, the beautiful thing about booking matches that have happened so many times is it gives me a plethora of options that pop up on the screen.
And just kind of visually piece together.
Yeah. And that was the fun part about doing that ladder match.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I was like, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Tiny bit of this, tiny bit of that here.
It's like putting together a recipe.
But, yeah, beautiful stuff from them. They have a great match, but in the end, you know the story by now. Cena falls to the much more experienced, much more talented, much higher up the card, Rob Van Dam.
So I don't mean to interject my
hopes, wishes, desires.
Well, just my wrestling brain on this.
Let me hear it.
But I have a feeling that there might be a motivation behind all these losses.
Uh-huh.
So when I think of a guy this talented losing this much, it almost makes me think that there might be a heel turn in the future.
What?
Maybe even around the Halloween holiday season, if you will.
No, it's crazy. Couldn't even conceive.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it annoys me how much we think alike because it kind of ruins everything for me. Damn it.
But
good.
So the way I look at it is, if it's right, it's right.
Yeah.
And so
if it fits, it makes sense. If the shoe fits, as they say, wear it.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that I loved bad guy John Cena. I thought he was.
That was actually my favorite John Cena.
Oh, I know, right? And then when he took a little bit of the edge off, I was like, I'm still with it. And then when he took all the edge off, I was like, you lost me.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I was a kid when he was when they took all the edge off.
Oh, sure. And you're actually the reason why they did it is because he was seeing kids copy him in ways that he didn't appreciate.
Like, thugonomics, more life. I'm like, oh no, that's a 5-year-old.
And so he was like, I should probably quit this.
Yeah. Let me get my Fruity Pebbles t-shirt on. Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is I'm pretty sure if I look in my house, I got a Fruity Pebbles box with John Cena's face on it.
I don't doubt it.
So, I mean, clearly it works.
Well, and it's not really all that different than my my 1991. There we go.
Wow.
Ultimate Warrior comic book. So he
Keep forgetting he had comics.
Well, I mean it's WWF, so there's the Bushwhackers.
Yeah.
But it was. So John Cena being ultra squeaky clean is not much different than the come-to-life superhero version of the Ultimate Warrior. And so, as much as I, as an adult, was not a fan of John Cena cleaning up to that degree, I understand looking back on it because, again, I grew up on the era of good guys are good guys and bad guys are bad guys, and so it makes sense.
So it makes sense, exactly.
Although I was a big fan of the ambiguity of John Cena's character.
Yes, give you a little bit of everything. But Rob, very graciously, because he's such a great guy, actually gives Cena the ring, gives him a chance to soak in the applause, soak in the adulation from the fans who have once again enjoyed his great performance from this young upstart as the fire shoots up from the sides of the corner.
Oh.
and out comes Kane right behind him to chokeslam his poor sorry soul again. Van Dam's gone, so he obviously doesn't see any of this. So we got Jericho and Kane. He's lighting up a quick one, celebrating the big W. Jericho and Kane are out here caving the life out of poor Cena. And out comes Christian, who grabs Van Dam on his way out.
Come on, man.
Like, dang it, Rob. They left him out there by himself.
Oh, good times.
Christian says, nah, I'm sick of this. I'm done with this. This is not what we're doing. Kane, you think you're so cool. You think you're so awesome. Tell you what, at SummerSlam, me and you for this right here.
Ooh.
This right here being the U.S. title.
Oh, of course.
This right here. So, of course.
I like it. That's a good match.
Yep, and of course, since I'm going to keep Kane as the he can't talk Kane, because that's my favorite Kane.
Sure.
Silent killer.
Yes.
Jericho gets the mic and says, You want him? You want him at SummerSlam? You got it, pal. So he accepts on behalf of Kane.
Cool.
And then Kane, it's make-believe, so he can do the fire a second time.
Yeah,
despite it
why not?
happening once.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
Then next up, let's see. Positively unstoppable. I have them just as PU here, so
Gotcha.
for texting sake.
Yes.
Are finally challenged Too Cool, and Too Cool finally responds saying, "Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
SummerSlam,
Of course.
no problem."
Yeah. Sorry, we've been out of the club.
Yeah. Sorry, we've been enjoying life. I
Yeah.
apologize. In fact, I don't know if this is the era when they have that like WWE New York, and like this like you remember they had like the little like
It was
area
called The World at this
with
point.
the world. Thank
So
you.
when they rebranded from WWF, they rebranded WWF New York to The World.
The world.
And
Okay.
so in our world,
I thought it was called that.
in our world, let's call it Worldwide.
Worldwide. I love it. I love it. So Too Cool has been hanging out at
Or
Worldwide.
heck, actually, AEW New York. Let's call it.
AEW New York.
Yeah, let's call it AEW New
Yeah,
York.
baby.
I like it better that way.
But yeah, basically they've been boogieing down in New York. They've been having a party every night, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry, bro, we just got your message. That's on us. Our bad."
Yeah, no, that's
Our
cool.
bad.
I like it.
But it's okay. Hey, listen, you want the match at SummerSlam?
We want
Me
it
and
too.
Scott Too Hot, we'll make it happen for you.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And then so that's tidied up. I got two more things here. This one I'm also pretty excited for. So this is a Raven promo,
Yes.
and it's just a video package of Raven explaining what hardcore is and what hardcore means to him. He kind of recaps his career and talks about ECW, obviously, and since we got video footage, we can show all that stuff.
Absolutely.
But he shows hardcore is violent, hardcore is bloody, hardcore is painful, hardcore is destructive, hardcore is beautiful. Hardcore is everything that you are not, Kurt Angle. Hardcore is the very backbone of what I make my living on. Very backbone of what my friends make their living on. Very backbone of what my enemies make their living on. And seeing you with that hardcore title disgraces the very idea of hardcore. So, Kurt, if you have any balls, you have any guts, if you don't want me to find Stacy and give her what I gave her 2 weeks ago, then you'll accept my challenge. SummerSlam. Me, you, in a true hardcore match.
A Ravens Rules match.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, he summed it up for me, but yeah.
Well, it's true because so that brings it full circle because it's not just ECW, but in WCW, whenever Raven said Ravens Rules, it meant it was an ECW Rules match.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Long and short of it.
yeah, no, I like it, and I know that we had talked about before this show started that one thing from the original timeline was not going to be able to take place because I have Edge, you have Kurt. But are we still going to be able to do what I talked about?
Yeah, so that is the overall end goal.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will, actually I can just tell you off once we get off camera because I don't want to spoil it for the fans.
Okay.
They might want to know.
I was just checking because I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a great spot.
But yeah, I'll tell you how we get from point A to point B after we cut this segment. We got one more thing.
Cool.
And it is just Paul Heyman. Sorry, I apologize. I've been looking at the wrong week. This is Brock Lesnar coming out as a little exhibition to warm himself up for this big world title match in a week. 2 weeks.
So what's the date on your show? You're
12.
12?
This is 12. So
yeah. So 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So Brock is going one-on-one with one Bob Holly.
Oh, okay.
So this is the match where Bob breaks his neck and is out for...
legit?
It happens in a month, but since I don't have any concrete plans for him at that time, I decided to do it a month early.
Gotcha.
So,
here's the thing. Maybe it happens here and he doesn't get checked out until next month.
That's fine with me.
Because I don't actually change when things go down, so he finds
out.
Oh,
No.
in a month.
I was just gonna kayfabe it, and then he was having a bike ride or something.
There you go. Yeah.
I didn't really care.
Cool.
But the point being, I didn't have any plans for Holly next month.
No, I feel you.
And since I didn't want to put him in a match with Brock once he's
just to do it.
Yeah. So I decided to do that. Get an exhibition for Brock. Get him on the show. Let Paul Heyman talk about Rock on commentary.
Absolutely.
And Holly obviously gets hurt. Finishes the match like a trooper.
Yes.
Or not a trooper. I don't know if I should glorify that or not anymore.
I don't know. But the fact is, he did finish in real life.
Yeah.
And so, just say he finished like he did in real life.
He finished like he did in real life.
Because it's true.
Yes. But it closes out way you know how. F5, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's the end of Raw.
And those two guys, I'll be honest with you. There was a point in time when planning out this universe where I thought about giving the world title to Bob Holly.
Yeah.
I
meet everybody.
I didn't obviously, or because it's a co-booking when it comes to the Undisputed title.
For sure.
But he's one of those guys where I was like, man, I almost want to give him that. You did sacrifice.
You gave us a lot.
And so I thought about it, but I second guessed. And there are actually a couple other people who don't ever get to their real life prominence. Achievements. The immediate person that pops into my mind is JBL.
Yes. Yeah.
So he never breaks into that
Spoiler.
upper echelon, and the reason being is that when I was growing up, right? So I was talking to Ahmed about this, and he was like, "Oh, I've only ever known JBL as the main eventer."
Yeah.
I said when I met JBL, he was Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Jesus Christ, that was back in the day.
And then from Justin Hawk Bradshaw, he became Blackjack Bradshaw. Never, ever, ever book the new anything. Not the new Blackjacks, not the new Rockers, not the new anything. Anytime you put new in front of a tag team or faction.
That means they're trash.
Yeah.
Aside from the New Age Outlaws.
Well, what I mean is, but the New Age Outlaws weren't just the new Outlaws, which the Outlaws were Dirty Dick, Murdoch, and Dusty Rhodes. They were the New Age Outlaws, as in this is a new age that we're entering. That new age being the Attitude Era, and so it wasn't the same. It wasn't.
It was different.
It was different because it'd be like us saying the new Dudley Boys, although that's a little new to cool, right?
Okay.
New to cool because it's not a brother team.
Yeah.
So new to cool coming out on Raw in the year 2023, and it's sunglasses gimmick, the same sunglasses gimmick, same dancing gimmick, same spotlight, but it's now Kona Reeves and
Kona Reeves.
Who was Lars Sullivan, right?
Jesus Christ!
So,
why did you make the two with the least amount of charisma?
Well, that's the point, though. So, are you telling me that Leif Cassidy was the new Shawn Michaels? He wasn't.
Nah.
Well, it is. Now, this is no knock because I actually like both of these guys, but are Barry Windham and Bradshaw are they Blackjack Mulligan and Black Lanta? No,
Nah.
They were better as themselves.
Yeah.
But speaking of things being better when they're themselves, let's talk about my 68-page graphic novel, Everlasting Survivors, Volume 1, all day long. This is Jeff Hicks' A cover, that's Nick Crook's B cover. This is Jeff's C cover and Febreze E cover. when I talk about being yourself, when I talk about doing things the right way, you do that by being real and being personal, and that's what this story is to me. It's real, it's personal, and it's quality. If you would like to pick yourself up a copy of my 68-page graphic novel, Everlasting Survivors Volume 1 All Day Long, click the link in the description of this video, and it'll take you to my Indiegogo store where you can get one of 5 cover options, 2 poster options, a t-shirt, a hat. Anybody who makes a purchase gets a free Gamble comic sticker. Thank you. And back to the show. Whew. Wow, that was some good booking. Can't wait till you get to experience it. But speaking of great booking, here on 8/15 of 2002, we have the 4th of 5 best of 5 matches. Will it be closed out tonight, or will Eddie Guerrero even the odds? Will it be 2 wins to 2 wins? Of course it will, because it's a best of 5 series. So Eddie Guerrero defeats, in wrestling. Eddie Guerrero defeats Edge to even the odds and push the series to next week for the 5th and final match. Who will make it to SummerSlam? I think I already spoiled it earlier.
You did, but
killing
it's fine.
time. But the important thing is, great wrestlers, great wrestling, awesome stuff.
Love to see.
So up next, we have a continuation of Stephanie, basically...
Being all grown up?
of her being the little petulant child to Mick, and
exact opposite.
Booking Queen Terry versus Nydia versus Tori Wilson to try and show that she can do women's wrestling.
I can do women's wrestling too.
But it's bad. Nydia wins, but not for any reason other than she's just mildly better than the rest of them.
Great stuff.
The match is nothing to write home about. It's nothing special. It's just
on the show.
It's just on the show to, again, accentuate how positive his women's wrestling is by showing how bad SmackDown's women's wrestling is, because I only got these 3 not great wrestlers.
Sorry.
It's okay. We booked it this way on purpose.
Yeah.
I get the high-flying cruiserweight action. You get the hard-hitting women's wrestlers. So, Booker T still on his campaign to prove that the Regal counter threat are
suckers.
Well, I was going to say shams to the throne. Takes out Rook Nowinski in the semi-main event. Once again, establishing that Big Val Boski, Val Venus, Sean Morley has a job. He loses to the Red Devil, The Undertaker, while Chuck Palumbo is on the outside revving his engine. Beautiful. And just being a nefarious, no-good Nick.
Beautiful, beautiful.
In the main event, we have an amazing 28-minute match where Sean Waltman, X-Pac, does not have Albert, The Big Show, or Justin Credible in his corner.
This is just a good match.
It's just a great... So basically, here's what I have going on 8/15 of 2002. I have Rey Mysterio and Sean Waltman. So they're sitting in the back. This is before the show goes live, and they said, Sean says, I had this dream last night. He says to Ray, I mean, we're not actually looking, it's just me playing around. Yeah. He said, I had this dream last night. He's like, I had this idea. He said, would you like to portray Bret the Hitman Hart? And Ray says, yes, I would. And Sean Waltman's like, let's repeat my match as 1-2-3 Kid against Bret Hart when he was world champion. And Ray says, let's do it.
Let's make that happen.
So, yeah, we have that great match on SmackDown.
You know what? Peacock, I might watch that match.
Oh, it's worth
so
it.
Good.
Dude, they put out this box set called Season 1 of Raw. I wish they would have kept that going.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, because they do have it technically broken up in seasons.
Yes.
50 episodes apiece, give or take?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun trip onto the SmackDown, but it is now time for your Go Home Raw. It's been a long episode.
Yeah, it has, admittedly, and that's because it's SummerSlam. You know, we gotta go all for SummerSlam.
Well, that and like I said, I felt guilty. So I was like, I gotta give the people what they want, which is that good wrestling.
Hey, listen, I hope you feel guilty every week as you put out some great stuff right now. So this week is basically mostly promo packages.
Of course, yeah.
Because A, the SummerSlam's gonna be insane. But 2, B, I know how to count and use letters. I promise.
Yes,
As you can tell, my brain's fried.
of course.
There's a lot of great stuff that mostly just needs to be seen to be believed. Most of the matches, like there's a quick match with Proof Positive and R&D Solutions.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the match, Steven Richards super kicks Goldust and says, "I'm done with this."
Of course.
We haven't won a match since we've been a team.
Yeah, not just that, but his long-time mentor, whether it's in ECW or WCW, cut that amazing promo last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that probably opened his eyes to the way that the
I
world really ought to be.
I need to see the Raven's eyes. I need to quote the Raven nevermore. So that's pretty much like the opening match of the card.
Mm-hmm.
So a running thread that I wanted to have, and I kind of need to borrow SmackDown for it, if you
What's
don't
that?
mind. I have Jazz talking to the Dudley Boys about her TLC match on Sunday. I have Trish talking to Christian about the TLC match on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I have, if you will allow it, Molly talking to Edge about the TLC match on Sunday.
Of course.
And I have Lita talking to, I know Jeff and Matt are technically feuding, so
What if Jeff hangs out with Edge and Matt talks solely to
Lita?
a heel? Well, actually, his
Yeah.
she doesn't treat him like a heel. She treats him like,
Yeah.
my dear lover who is not being delusional.
Yeah,
No, it's great. Yeah, do it that way.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I didn't know the best way to piece it together, but Jeff and Edge hanging out.
Because they're both babyface. Yeah.
Exactly. And Molly's a babyface, so it all seems
Yeah,
together.
no, that works. I like that.
Yep. Lita doesn't care. Trish and Christian are both Canadian,
Yes.
and Jazz is on her win by any means necessary mindset at this time.
Well, and they have the ECW connection.
And
her
they
and
have the
Dudley's.
ECW, exactly.
Ooh, I like it.
So
Yeah, no,
basically, they're just picking their brains about the original TLC team.
that seems perfect to me. Yeah.
So just
I'm never going to be against good booking. Like, oh, can I borrow you? Yes, please do that.
But yeah, I just wanted to. It felt like it made sense.
No, it does.
Yeah, like talk to the innovators of the guys who did this.
Yes.
See what worked, see what didn't work, so that you can succeed. It just that's what you would do in sports. That's what you would do in any walk of life.
Well, and here's how I would personally treat it if this was legit, right? If I was Stephanie and you were Mick, I would have Stephanie say, Mick, I know I did you wrong by bringing these suspended wrestlers to my show. As a show of good faith, I will let you have Matt, Jeff, and Edge for this important council.
There you go. I think that's good work.
And so it's a show of good faith.
There you go. And Mick says, you know what? I accept that. I accept your apology, and I apologize for my rudeness the next night on Raw.
Yeah.
No matter how deserved.
Exactly.
But yep, that's it. Kurt accepts Raven's challenge and explains his hardcore wrestling. Hardcore is going to the extreme of your body. It's having your body go to that 100%, that upper echelon, and then pushing past those limits. That's what hardcore means to me. As an Olympic wrestler, that was what I was taught, was to be hardcore. That's why when I had a broken freaking neck, I still won the gold medal because I was hardcore. And this hardcore is lost on this company, AEW. This hardcore was lost with its former champion, Goldust. It's going to be lost with you if you become hardcore champion. That's why I'm the hardcore hero. I have to keep this from happening. I have to save AEW from the threat of your hardcore. And if I have to do your hardcore in order to prove that to you, that's what I'll do because I am that damn good. Oh, it's true. It's true.
I love it. And here's the other thing. So, have you ever watched ECW Exposed? It's a pre-Peacock WWE Network special.
I don't believe so.
So this is the first time Taz was back with WWF. But this is before AEW existed.
Yeah.
So this was an anniversary special where Paul Lee, Joey Styles, Taz, and I feel like Mick, maybe not Mick, but
Mick or Dreamer. I feel like a Dreamer.
probably Dreamer. They had like this round table discussion, right? And it was just them all reminiscing, going down memory lane, right?
Yeah.
And so Paulie says that if ECW had lived, ECW was going to have to change. But the beautiful thing is, because WWE owned so much footage, they were able to illustrate the way that ECW would have / could have changed, and it just made me so desperate and inspired for what ECW would have and should have, could have been. And there are great examples of what Paulie says not only ECW could have been, but what wrestling was when ECW went under, and that being Low Ki, Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson. I don't think they showed Nigel, but Nigel's a great example.
Nigel Guinness, good, great example.
But these new era of wrestlers is what ECW would have
transformed into,
because it's just what wrestling transformed into.
Yeah.
And so I think Kurt fits perfectly within what Paulie's vision. Oh, Punk is another example.
Yeah, there you go.
Of what ECW would have been if it had lived.
Beautiful.
And it's honestly the way I want to take it when we can get there.
Yeah. We got 6 years, so plenty of time.
No, it's 4.
Is it 4?
It's 4 because it revives.
Right. I keep forgetting we're in
2006. Yeah. And it's a long dang time.
Yeah. Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Yeah.
All right. Just have 2 more things on the show. Basically, Triple H explaining himself.
And then Sean confronting him, basically.
Sean confronting him.
Yeah, because
it's pretty much the exact. I'm not gonna lie. This Triple H versus Sean segment, I didn't really book it per se because it's literally just the same thing that happened.
They did it so well. Why do you have?
Why would I have to change it?
Yeah, you don't need to. And I love it when that happens. That's a great accident.
Makes my job a lot easier.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so obviously unsanctioned match challenge, unsanctioned match accepted.
Perfect.
SummerSlam.
Yes.
And then we just closed out with Paul saying SummerSlam's going to be a treat. SummerSlam's going to be great because you're going to see the crowning of the most dangerous man. You're going to see the crowning of the next big thing. You're going to see the crowning of the new undisputed AEW champion, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Fade to black.
Yes. So, love it. Big fan.
Thank you.
I have a couple of things I need to get set up en route to SummerSlam. One of those.
Right, set the pins.
One of those being, well, it's going to come out of the opening match of this episode. Rey Mysterio defending the television title against The Big Show turns into pure chaos after Rey hits a West Coast pop to win. He gets attacked.
Ooh, love to see a West Coast pop on Big Show.
Oh, that's not the flip,
Hurricane
right?
Rana?
Okay, I meant the gimmick where he 619s and then falls forward.
Oh, okay, got
Whatever that's called.
Yeah, it's just a splash.
Just the splash. So I'm not.
Oh, sorry. No, I apologize. Drop the dime.
Drop the dime. Thank you. That is what I was trying to go for. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that's what I was going for. But after the match, Ray gets jumped by Just Incredible, X-Pac, Albert, and Big Show, who won't stand for this
being
loss. Being defeated. But upon him getting this 4-on-1 attack, we see the reemergence, the return, the first time we've had Mark Henry in-house since his loss to Rey Mysterio. But Mark isn't coming out alone.
Oh.
He's accompanied by D'Lo Brown and Farouk.
Okay.
And they are coming to make the save for Rey Mysterio.
Love it.
And so, as XL Factor powder out, he actually pieced out of the company.
Yeah, I remember. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I wish. But as XL Factor powder out, Mark grabs the mic and he says, "The World Breaker is back, and we're here to take you guys down."
Yeah.
And so the challenge has been laid out for XL Factor versus Farouk, D'Lo, Mark Henry, and Rey Mysterio.
Beautiful.
So as the show progresses, we've got Booker versus Bishop Storm.
Cool.
He comes down to the ring with Queen Terry. She distracts the referee as King William uses the power of the punch to knock out Booker T, so Bishop Storm wins.
Hey.
The Deadly Riders come out and cut a promo on the fact that this bad attitude of Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore, they're sick of it. Like, we're legit. We are real, and you guys are a joke. Taker being Taker.
Yeah.
So Matt comes out.
These video game playing kids.
Exactly. Back when men were men. But Matt comes out and he says that he and Shannon accept, but only under Team Extreme Tornado rules.
Yes.
And
what the hell does that mean?
And so Chuck Palumbo, Big Evil, takes the mic from the Red Devil, the Undertaker, and he says, "No matter the rules, we rule the road, and we're going to take you out." Whatever. Chuck's not as good of a promo as Taker.
Yeah.
And so
short and sweet.
He just says they don't care what the rules are, but they'll win.
But we're on you. Don't you worry. We got it.
And so semi-main, we have Rook Nowinski and Night Test taking on D'Lo Brown and Farouk.
I hate those.
The Regal counter threat go over because X-Pac, Incredible come out and they ensure that the former Nation members can't
secure the W.
Secure the W, exactly. And so in our main event of this episode of SmackDown, which is only 3 nights before SummerSlam, well, that Regal counter threat, they strike again, and all 4 of the pieces, the King, the Knight, the Rook, and the Bishop, they beat up Edge, and they beat up Eddie Guerrero, and they ensure that there is no winner of the Best of 5 series. So Stephanie comes out and she says, "For such a veteran of your stature, Mr. Regal, I'm surprised you didn't see this coming. You haven't worked your way out of an Intercontinental Championship match. What you have done is you've guaranteed that you will not have the championship advantage, because this Sunday at SummerSlam, it will be Edge versus Eddie Guerrero versus King William for that Intercontinental Championship Fade to Black."
You'll love to see it. Love to see it.
We're here. The time is now. It is SummerSlam 2002. We are going to open the show with Monday Night Raw. Reason being is we're going to close the show with Monday Night Raw. What do you have in store for us here on this big pay-per-view, my man?
Well, with a big bombastic show like SummerSlam, I feel like you need a big bombastic opening. So, of course, you got to start with Kurt Angle coming out with Stacy Keibler versus Raven in a Raven Rules match for the Hardcore title.
Do you know why this warms my heart?
Why so, good sir?
It warms my heart that you opened SummerSlam 2002 with Kurt Angle, because in real life, SummerSlam 2002 opened with Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful.
I love it. It's symmetry, and we
Not
didn't even know it was
purpose.
coming. Not even on purpose.
As you can see, I didn't look up what happened on the original SummerSlam. But, oh man, this match is just the beauty of a Styles make fights kind of mindset. Kurt Angle absolutely refuses to use weapons, which sounds insane, but somehow I know Kurt can make it work. So the whole time he's putting on a freestyle wrestling clinic, like double legs, singles, ankle picks, takedowns, head and arm takeovers.
So when I think of Kurt Angle and I think of Falls Count Anywhere no rules matches, I can't help but think of Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon at King of the Ring.
My lord, yeah, is that the King of the Ring we just passed? Is the one where he threw him through the?
No, that's
or is that a different year?
That's the year prior.
Year prior, okay.
So obviously our year of King of the Ring, Brock Lesnar wins because Brock Lesnar wins.
Yes.
But the year prior, Edge won.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I did forget about that. in a cool, refreshing beverage to kind of clear yourself out.
It's been a hell of a show.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a show. Good luck editing this, by the way. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, it's glad I got time.
Woo! But yes. So Kurt is just pretty much wrestling the hell out of Raven, and Raven is he's Raven.
Yes.
So he's using every weapon in the book. He's got his chair just drop toe hold into it, and every time he does any like semblance of like weapon style violence, goes for the cover immediately. He understands how dangerous of a threat Kurt Angle is. He's saying one of these moves has got to knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this one's the one. It's not.
Well, and the beautiful thing is, if he can win in this way, it proves his point.
Exactly. And if Kurt wins in this way, it proves his point. And it's a true battle of philosophies, which is the beauty of this match.
Yes, I love it.
And so it goes back and forth. Honestly, this match can go anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, just based off the insanity.
Yes.
But it closes out. Raven has smacked Kurt with a kendo stick. This is still 2002, so we use headshots here.
Yes.
Kurt is woozy. He's shaky. He's a little loose in the knees. Raven is setting up for the Raven effect, and that's when Stacy slides in with the keyboard, whacks him off the back of the dome, and then Kurt hits the angle slam for the 1, 2, 3. It is by nefarious means, but Kurt Angle does win and retain his Hardcore Hero Championship.
I like it. Well, it's the thing I love about this. So I'm not booking Raw,
Right.
but if I was booking Raw, I would have Raven say, "You still have the championship, but I win."
But I had the moral victory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love
And, like I said, great minds.
it.
Well, the great thing about Raven, right?
Yes.
Kurt's standing there celebrating his win. Raven, you could picture it. Raven sitting in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
smiling because he's got another plan up his sleeve.
Exactly.
He always Raven.
He's
the thing I love
he's
so
a
much.
thinking man's
He's
wrestler.
a thinking man's wrestler in the truest sense of the word. And the lights go out. Lights come back on. And who do we see behind Kurt Angle? But Steven Richards.
Okay, yeah, makes
Who
sense.
Smacks Kurt Angle with the nastiest super kick he's ever done in his career.
He's good at it.
He's so good at it. And then, because Raven, he DDT Stacy again.
Of course he does.
Just because.
Yeah.
And Raven said, actually, he picks up the mic and says exactly what you said. You might have won tonight, but I still won. I still got the moral victory. Throws the mic, throws the title on Kurt, gives him a little pat on the chest and says, I'll see you on Monday.
Beautiful. So, because you opened with that,
Insanity.
well, I was going to say that championship match.
Thank you.
I'm going to cool it down a little.
Cool it, man.
I'm going to, now it's still going to be,
Hot and heavy, but
it's-
just in a different sense.
so it's gonna be an 8-man tag, right?
Okay. Fun little match.
So
Okay.
it's XL Factor of Big Show, Albert, X-Pac, and Just Incredible versus D'Lo Brown, Farouk, Rey Mysterio, and Mark Henry.
Good times.
So basically, I'm having a completely different dynamic of a match, right?
Yeah.
So it's 8 guys, but it's a more structured match.
Of course.
Whereas you were all over the place with weapons, I have guys who have to tag in, who have to work together, and in this match, everybody on the babyface side gets good offense, but there's one guy that stands out above all the rest, and that being the World Breaker, Mark Henry.
Of course.
So he is one of the guys that I've made throughout as being just a SmackDown guy through and through. And so he wins the match for his team by hitting the World's Strongest Slam
Yeah.
on Big Show.
Love it.
Because if you're going to do it, you got
Gotta
to
do it. Gotta do it big.
Yes. And so 1, 2, 3, World Breaker wins, and the babyfaces send everybody home happy.
Love it.
Or,
Love to see it.
go, do the good stuff.
I love it. Love the simplicity. Love the straightforwardness. Excellent stuff. Next up, since we're already on a roll with the tag stuff, we might as well have our tag team championship match. So you got Positively Unstoppable coming out with DDP. And DDP, before the champs even come out, go, listen, I feel the energy tonight. I know what you guys are all thinking. Y'all all love Too Cool. Y'all all got your little sunglasses and your little t-shirts. And that's all great and that's all well and good. But I'm gonna tell you what, positivity wins the day every time. And then of course Too Cool comes out and the crowd is losing it. Love Too Cool.
Yes.
These teams, because again, I'm very unfamiliar with Stasiak, but I know Billy Gunn very well.
Yes.
And I know Billy Gunn's a phenomenal hot tag.
Yes.
So I have Too Cool, who have been a team technically for longer.
Oh, 100% for longer.
1,000%.
Yes.
So, especially considering they had 0 years of experience coming into this show.
Yes.
So they dominate just off of pure experience.
Yes.
Good tagging in and out, cutting off the ring.
And I'll give Billy credit. He's had one of the largest resumes of a tag team wrestler that you can think of. Whether it's his kayfabe brother Bart,
Indeed.
Road Dogg,
Obviously.
Chuck Palumbo. Man, he's had
a lot of tag
partners. And success too.
Yeah, I was about to
Success.
say a lot of tag championships. I mean, those are like just the last two you named alone are like two gimmicks that everyone remembers.
Yes.
Like even though the gay angle was like what it was still they were still a great. I remember them being a great team.
Yeah, it was like a lot of it was implied.
Yeah,
And so it was a lot of haha.
yeah, a lot of tee-hees and hoo-hoo-hoos and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a really good ring psychology match. Stasiak gets the hot tag to Billy, runs wild. He's like, "It's our time! It's our time!" DDP throws up the diamond, slams it down. They know what it's time for. It's time for proof positive. Gets 100% gets Scotty in the wheelbarrow position.
Of course.
Because my God, if they tried for Rikishi, I don't think it would work.
Right.
But swings him up, hits the famous combo, goes for the 1, goes for the 2. Big Keish breaks it up at the last second. Crowd losing it. They thought Too Cool was going to lose. Scotty crawls to the corner, can't quite get it. Stasiak swings for Rikishi. Rikishi ducks down, grabs the leg, pulls Stasiak out of the ring and traps him. And Scotty rolls up Billy Gunn for the 1, 2, 3. It's not the cleanest victories Too Cool's ever had, but it's a win nonetheless.
Absolutely. Yeah. So once again, because of your awesome match styling, I try and go a different direction.
Of course.
And so this time, I'm going at it from a cruiserweight gauntlet.
Oh, sniggity snap.
And so Steph was convinced by the royal counter threat. Well, not convinced, but tried to be swayed by Queen Terry and King William that the Bishop Storm, he is the rightful heir to the cruiserweight lineage.
Of course.
And Steph says, well, why don't we have him prove his mettle tonight?
Good old fashioned prove yourself.
And so they're like, oh, he can defeat any cruiserweight,
Mm-hmm.
And so she said, well, let's figure out if he can defeat all of the cruiserweights, and they're taking him back, right?
Yeah, of course.
So Regal, Terry, and Storm all come to the ring for this cruiserweight gauntlet. Storm first has to wrestle Billy Kidman. Storm is able to work his way through. He defeats Billy Kidman. Up next is Crash Holly, who gets taken out with a quick single leg Boston Crab.
As you do.
Crash taps. Out next is Spike Dudley, who puts up a strong showing.
Of course.
But Lance Storm hits him with a super kick as he is diving from outside to in. Lance Storm pins him. Up next is a unexpected entry in this gauntlet. Not that anybody's expected, because it all came due to the Regal counter threat
Of course.
going to Steph. But up next is X-Pac coming out with the disheveled and disgruntled members of XL Factor, who all three of them confront Queen Terry and William Regal, and because Regal isn't going to stand up to the other those three guys.
Oh, he's the king. Why would he?
So the king turns tail and goes to the back. He takes the queen with him, and so now we've got X-Pac one-on-one with Lance Storm, because why would you not want to watch that match?
Yeah.
But Lance Storm once again overcomes the challenger and defeats X-Pac, who
Nice.
loses his second match for the night.
Yeah, do that way sometimes.
Next up is Tajiri, who falls to Lance Storm, but the final competitor in the match is Jeff Hardy. Comes out, the crowd's losing their minds.
Of course.
And every indication is that Bishop Storm will not win when it comes to him and Jeff Hardy. That is until Night Test distracts the referee, and Rook Nowinski takes out Jeff Hardy, and Bishop Storm.
Rook's finisher? Do you remember?
I don't remember what his finisher is. That's why I just said he took him out. And Bishop Storm defeats Jeff Hardy and wins this gauntlet match, defeating 6 guys, setting himself up to be the next challenger for the Cruiserweight Championship, regardless of who wins here tonight at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's a hell of a way to crown a number one contender. I'm all for it. I love it.
Well, and they're all really great wrestlers, too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, so it works. It works. Well, that's a good, entertaining television, so I'm going to have to step up on my end, obviously, as Oz has put me on my toes this week. So, next up, I got Christian versus Kane with Chris Jericho for the United States Championship.
This is a hot SummerSlam.
Yeah, this is great. This is great stuff. Literally hot, because the fire rises from the turnbuckle, meaning that Kane's going to lose. Yeah, so it's honestly, it's a pretty standard Kane versus Christian match.
Yes.
I'm 100% confident they've had a match before.
Absolutely.
So picture it in your minds.
Well, and more than picture it in your minds, I will show you matches that they've had in the past.
There you go.
Because I can think of them crossing paths when Christian had all of his hair, and Kane couldn't even see his mouth through his mask.
Yep.
Like, I can see them having matches after Christian got his hair cut, and Kane was a spinneroonie kind of character.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And I wouldn't even be surprised if Kane, when he was unmasked, took out Christian at some point.
I feel like at some point he did it. Like, I want to say like 2010, actually, it was probably during ECW at some point.
It's very possible. Because these are guys whose paths have crossed a lot.
Exactly. They've been around a long time, and it shows in this match because they've been putting on great quality. The match, Christian is going for the kill switch. Jericho is distracting the referee.
Pause.
Yes.
Last episode, you said you didn't know if Christian could hit a kill switch off a ladder.
Yeah.
He did it by having a ladder bridge.
Oh.
So he had one ladder, and then he had the other ladder bridged to the ropes.
Yeah.
Him and CM Punk did it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Only Punk's trained enough to actually do that.
It was so smart. I forgot to tell you.
Do you know the show?
I feel like it was a Money in the Bank.
Okay, I'll find it.
But as soon as you look up kill switch ladder, it'll show you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I meant to tell you that.
Great, because I was racking my brain trying to figure out how to do that.
Strike me anytime I use video footage, so I didn't pop it up, but
Okay.
I wanted to tell you that I found it.
Thank you so much. Yes, I will look it up once I get home.
Yes.
But, okay. Well, knowing that footage is out there, just put a smile on my face. Sorry. Christian is going for the kill switch. Jericho is distracting the referee, allowing Kane to slip out. This is when Van Dam, Christian's old rival, now turned friend, comes out to pull Jericho off the rope and fight him to the back. Christian slips out of a choke slam, recaptures the arms, returns, and nails the kill switch to retain his U.S. title. Fun little match.
Absolutely.
Standard WWE stuff. Good. I think this is literally dead center in SummerSlam.
Probably.
Give or take.
So, due to you booking the Devil's Favorite Demon, I just had to book the Big Evil Red Devil combination of the Deadly Riders.
Love to see it.
They come out to face Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. And before the bell rings, Matt grabs the mic and he said,
But
remember, this is Team Extreme Tornado Rules match. And so we all know that nobody has to tag and that, both competitors are going. So as the match is going, Chuck Palumbo hits Shannon Moore with a big boot. He picks him up, hits a chokeslam. Matt Hardy is locked in a Dragon Sleeper via The Undertaker.
Right.
Chuck Palumbo pins Shannon Moore. The referee counts 1, 2, 3. The music plays. Undertaker releases Matt. The Deadly Riders celebrate, only for Matt Hardy to grab the microphone and say, "You cannot win a Team Extreme Tornado rules match without beating the team captain." So the referee shrugs and says, I guess the match that continues. So Chuck Palumbo, angered, big boots Matt Hardy, picks up Matt Hardy, choke slams Matt Hardy, counts 1, 2, 3, music plays. The Deadly Riders celebrate. Matt Hardy rolls to the outside. He grabs the mic and says,
"No,
only the team captain can win a match." And so the Undertaker, now really mad, he does the outside the rollback gimmick, and he goozles Matt, throws him inside, Matt then eats another big boot from Palumbo. Taker rolls under the ropes, picks him up, last ride, 1, 2, 3. The Deadly Riders win legitimately this time by Undertaker pinning Matt Hardy.
That's great.
And so that is how a Team Extreme Tornado Rules match operates. By team captain being the one who must win and or be defeated
By the other team captain.
Correct.
That's phenomenal.
And it's just a way for Matt to accentuate his arrogance.
Of course. Oh man, I could totally see him doing it too. That's the best part. Alright.
So I've got 2 matches left. Does that mean you have 3?
Yeah.
Cool.
1, 2. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep, it's a good math. Good math, team. Alright. Next up is the HBK versus Triple H grudge match. The unsanctioned match, if you will. I actually don't need to say too much about this because it's the exact same match that happened in SummerSlam.
Oh, it's so good. It is the thing that makes people believe that Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest of all time.
Well, one of the 17 matches that does that, but yes.
Well, what I mean is, when a man is off for 5 years,
yes,
you think that maybe he's going to have some.
He's a step behind.
Yeah, step behind, but no. Him and his best bud Trips, they knock it out of the park.
All in one go, man. It's beautiful.
And so, like I said, there's nothing to be said. If you want to watch the match,
don't need to add anything. Literally, go watch Peacock. It's the exact same match. Commentary might be weird because it doesn't fit with our booking.
But it's all good.
But it's all there.
And so now it's time for my Cruiserweight Championship match. Jamie Noble defending against the Hurricane. The Hurricane wins back his Cruiserweight Championship, which makes good logical sense because Bishop Storm is the number 1 contender.
Indeed.
That leads to the third from the top, your big match of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the match that I've been literally thinking about since I started booking AEW. It is the Fatal 4-Way Women's TLC match. Jazz, Lita, Trish, Molly. All great talents. Oh my god. So, I'm so excited I don't even know where to begin. First of all, there is no entrances for this match. These 4 are already fighting in the back. They've actually been fighting all night, as we come to find out. They don't even announce them. They basically already have the women's title up in the rafters, and the first thing we see is Lita and Jazz fighting out to the ring, and Molly and Trish fighting in the crowd. And they're slowly but surely punching, kicking, and swinging their way down the ring. Obviously, while they're doing all this, because this obviously has backstage footage, all of a sudden, oh wow, there's tables, ladders, and chairs surrounding the arena.
Well,
wonder where those came from.
And that's the beauty of starting it outside of the ringside areas. It gives the crew time to load everything up. I like that.
Yeah, you see how great life is, man. Yes. And the first one to pick up the chair is obviously the woman who feels she is the. Actually, this works very well with the gimmick she's doing right now. Trish Stratus, who thinks she is the woman who has really pushed the women's revolution forward. Really, I don't call it that, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And she smacks Molly with a chair. Molly goes down in agony, pain. Ooh, the pain. Ooh, the writhing. And of course, Lita, seeing Trish doesn't like, we can do this. Follows suit, smacks Jazz with a chair. Jazz rolls into the ring And Trish and Lita look at each other, make eye contact, and go,
Concerto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this takes Jazz out of the ring momentarily.
Yeah. Makes
Because
sense.
as it should.
Yeah.
And then, and keep in mind, this is old school concerto. So this is two people taking chairs and swinging, not the laying down and smacking their head, which is way safer and should be the only concerto done nowadays.
Yeah.
So of course Trish and Lita high five until they realize, oh wait, this is a fatal 4-way match.
Time for us to go at each other.
Yes. So they look up at the belt, look at each other, look up at the belt, look at each other, and start brawling in a classic Trish Lita format, swinging each other, attacking, and that's of course when Molly comes out of nowhere, hitting a Molly go round on both of them while they're sitting there with the oh no, and of course, Molly, of course, seeing her moment, everyone's down, Jazz is out, Trish is out, Lita's out, goes to get a ladder, pulls the ladder into the ring, sets that bad boy up, and starts climbing. It's a revolutionary moment. I wanted to give that moment to Molly being the first woman to climb a ladder in professional wrestling.
Love it.
To my knowledge, I'm sure Lita probably did it once, but who cares?
Well, it wasn't her match though, even if she did.
Yeah, exactly. Then of course Jazz, coming to the same conclusion that Trish and Lita came to originally, comes back in, climbs the ladder, and says, "Hey, listen, I know we've been friends this whole time, but this is my belt." She doesn't say that, but you get the vibe.
Yeah. It's that concept.
Yep. And they start swinging and banging and fighting on the ladder. Jazz knocks Molly to the ground. Trish and Lita both pull Jazz down, and they start brawling, push Jazz out of the ring. And then skip forward a little bit. Jazz is the first person to introduce a table in her conversation with the Dudleys.
Yes.
She sets up 3 tables. One, towards against the whatchamacallit, barricade, and then one to the side and one to the other side.
Yep.
She then proceeds to drag Trish Stratus out and power bombs her through each table.
You're right.
And when I say power bomb, I mean straight through, picks her back up, straight through, picks her back up, and then straight through the third table.
Right.
Trish is out. Molly goes for a Molly go round. Lita. I was right. Lita is sitting on a chair. Molly goes inside out, so to the floor with this Molly go round. Lita moves. She misses.
Gotcha.
Misses entirely. We're down to the ones who started all. Lita and Jazz.
Right.
They climb up top. They're fighting. They're swinging. They're banging. Jazz is getting the upper hand. Lita's fading. She's shaking. Her eyes are glossed over. She doesn't know where she is. Jazz goes for the final punch, and Lita, the intellectual that she is, goes for the most devastating move in the business, the eye poke. Nice and simple eye poke. Jazz is blinded. Goes for the twist of fate, a la V1 Matt Hardy. Off the ladder, through a table. Jazz is out. Lita slowly climbs her way up. Everyone's gone. Lita becomes the second ever AEW Women's Champion.
I like it a lot.
My God.
And it makes sense for her to win and the ladder match, the TLC match. You know, given the past with all the boys.
Exactly.
And I'm a big fan. And speaking of the boys from their good time, that TLC good time, Edge wins back the Intercontinental Championship that he had lost to King Regal, and he does it by pinning King William in the match. The reason he pins King William is because
Sure don't.
well, no, yes, but also because I want to keep something that actually happened on SmackDown, that being a ladder match between Edge and Eddie Guerrero. In this ladder match, in real life,
It's finally settled the best of 5 in your world, I'm guessing, is how you looked at this?
well, it's just that Eddie didn't lose,
Yeah.
thus he gets him a title shot.
Okay, fair.
And so, and Edge says, well, if it's a title shot, it's going to be under my speciality,
Of course.
if you will. Because he was the him and Christian were the L in the TLC.
Of course.
Well, no, they were the C actually, but whatever.
I got you.
It's fine. He has ladder match experience. At
Yeah,
this point.
but he's been there, done that.
Been there, done that. But yeah, it is now time for the main event of SummerSlam, and I'll be honest, there's no reason for us to talk about it because this match
Exists.
it exists, and it is one of the great examples of making a star in the pantheon of wrestling history. Go and watch the crowd fall in love with Brock Lesnar. Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Freaking phenomenal.
I love this SummerSlam. I love this episode. Alpha Entertainment Worldwide is awesome. Speaking of awesome, Alpha Entertainment Worldwide, it is time for the final Raw of the month. And what do you got for that there final Raw of the month?
So I'll keep it short and succinct like I always do at Raw after a pay-per-view. The only thing of real consequence that happens is Raven's debut of the group I am calling Hard. Actually, I want to thank you for the name because Oz actually did come up with the name. But the group called Hardcore Vice, which is the antithesis of Kurt Angle's Hardcore Hero
Yes.
mindset and moniker. Raven says...
And by the way, teamwork.
Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. But Raven says, I knew that you having Stacey out there would be to my detriment, but I went out there and did it anyway for the love of hardcore.
Yes.
Now that I'm done being honorable and thinking with my heart, it's time to get back to what I'm known for, thinking with my head.
and that's what leads to Hardcore Vice coming together, and that being in the beginning, Raven and Steven Richards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to go quick with my SmackDown because it's been a long episode. It's been a long night. We got work tomorrow.
Yep.
Short, sweet, and to the point. We open with footage from earlier in the night. Booker T arriving at the arena. The Regal counter threat jumps him and takes him out. As we begin the show, they're all entering to the ringside area, the Regal counter threat that is.
Mm-hmm.
And it is now time for Bishop Storm to get the title shot that he won at SummerSlam. He challenges the Hurricane for the title. Only thing is, there is no finish to the match. Jamie Noble and Nydia run down after, let's say, 12 minutes. They create nothing but chaos. Nydia, she kisses Terry. Terry's taken aback. Noble, he gets in the ring. He, is all hillbillyed up, being crazy. There is no winner. Noble throws hands on both guys. It's chaos. Speaking of chaos, XL Factor, they call out Farouk because of the law. Farouk, Mark Henry, and D'Lo because of taking that loss at the pay-per-view. But Farouk comes out and he says, Mark's busy and so is Ray because they're in the main event tonight for the TV title. Mark's getting his rematch from where he lost to Ray. But you know what? I got a drinking buddy that's here with me, and we have the return of Bradshaw and Farouk. They lay out XL Factor. Blah, blah, blah. Other stuff happens. I really don't care at this point. Mark Henry and Rey Mysterio have a great match in the main event. Rey Mysterio wins because he's a great babyface. Mark Henry graciously loses because he's a great babyface. We have a happy ending because we do great wrestling. And thank you. It was a pleasure.
As always.
Come back Monday for Monday Movie Mayhem. See you next Friday for, I don't know, whatever the channel's doing. Enjoy.
Been a long night. Peace, guys.